Top focus is West Bengal. Supreme Court, remember, had ordered protesting doctors in the state to resume their duties. However, the protesting doctors have said that they will continue as none of their demands have been met, and they feel that the demand for justice for the RG victim has not been sufficiently met yet. Supreme Court's directives have come after the West Bengal government had said that no punitive measures would be taken against the protesting doctors. Despite the Supreme Court's order, junior doctors along with medical students continue to protest in front of the Swasth Bhavan, which is the headquarters of the state health department. What exactly, however, are the junior doctors demanding? Let's take our viewers through those demands. Their first demand is identification of and legal action against all culprits involved in the RG Medical College and Hospital rape case. Secondly, they want action against those who have tampered with the evidence. The third demand is resignation of the state health secretary. Their fourth demand is disciplinary action against the former principal of RG Medical College and Hospital, Principal Sandeep Ghosh, who is currently in the custody of the CBI for a case of alleged financial irregularities. The next demand of the protesting doctors is the resignation of Kolkata Police Commissioner Vineet Goyal. Further, the doctors want tightened security for all healthcare workers. While these are some of the crucial demands that have been raised by the protesting junior doctors, IMA Bengal has also expressed its disappointment towards the Supreme Court's directives. It has criticized the CBI's investigation, and amidst the chaos, it now remains to be seen, will Mamata Banerjee's government fulfill the demands of the doctors? I take this conversation forward with Dr. Manish Jangra, founder of FAIMA. We have Dr. Anmol Bagaria, a researcher from Lucknow, also with us. Dr. PSV Rao with us on the broadcast, and Dr. Asim Mehti also with us on the broadcast. Let me begin this conversation with Dr. PSV Rao. Dr. Rao, all right, I've been told there's also Dr. Arindam Biswas with us on the broadcast. But let me begin this conversation with Dr. PSV Rao. Dr. Rao, clear demands there by the junior doctors, but it's been now over a month. In fact, it marks exactly 1 month since the 9th of August, since the brutal rape case came to light. And the doctors, of course, justified in their protest, justified in the demands that they're making. However, how does one now resolve this matter? Because at the end of the day, doctors play a very crucial role.
Good evening, Devika and all viewers and panelists. I think demand number 6 should have been number 1. What guarantee is there that a similar incident won't happen if they join back on duty? The security is exceptionally weak there, and doctors, in not only doctors, I think the general population as such is feeling very insecure in West Bengal. And doctors all over India had been demanding better security. Now, yes, we are an essential service. We don't like doing strikes, but it's now a question of life and death for us. What guarantee is there that if all these doctors in Calcutta rejoin duty, that they will be safe? There is no guarantee on that. And of course, the justice delayed is another issue. Justice delayed in all previous cases is the result why people who are doing these kind of activities will continue. All the wrong activities will continue because no criminal is afraid. He or she knows that they can get away with it. This is why both prevention and cure is important. Prevention in the form of giving them adequate security, and even the basic necessities, like many of these doctors don't have place to take rest when they are on duty and there is nothing much happening, and no place to even go and relieve themselves, and no proper food facilities. So the basic human necessities should be provided to them, and most important, they should be assured that they won't be the next victim. The other thing is what the incidents that have already happened. There has to be just speedy justice so that the next prospective criminal doesn't do something. Now, I appreciate that your news channel has been trying to do a psychological, national psychological studies, or who are the people who are likely to do such a crime. But then, if they don't have any fear, even if you identify them, they will go ahead and do whatever they feel like. So both these aspects have to be looked at. As a doctor, I would say prevention is better than cure, and hence first provide them security, make them feel secure. They are not feeling secure. They feel that all the evidence has been removed, or attempt has been made to suppress it or destroy it, and the culprits are they don't believe that this man was a one-off incident. They believe he is part of a whole series of, a whole system which has gone rogue. Yes,
okay. Yes, I'll come to you in just a moment, sir. Dr. Manish Jangra, bringing you into the conversation as well. Dr. Jangra, I'd like to understand from you, as I said to Dr. Rao as well, everything that the doctors are saying is completely justified, the demands are justified, but how does one break this deadlock? We can't have hundreds of our doctors out on the streets. It's been almost 3 weeks now.
Thank you for inviting me to your show, and I'm extremely very sorry. Can you repeat your question? I partially understood the question. I can reply, but still I need
Dr. Jangra, I'm asking, how do we break this deadlock? How do we break the deadlock between what the courts are saying at this point in time and what the doctors want? Because ultimately the matter now, the apex court has taken cognizance of the matter. The CBI has taken over the case. There are two parallel investigations going on, one into the rape and murder case that has happened and the other into the financial irregularities that were allegedly taking place in this government-run college. If the investigative agencies and the judiciary are now looking into the matter, what is it that the doctors, how does one break this deadlock with the doctors?
Yes, I totally understood your question. First of all, I would like to tell you that Supreme Court has taken cognizance. It's very, we respect Supreme Court decision, and we respect Supreme Court intervention in this issue. First of all, I would like to tell you that the Supreme Court has directed that doctors to join their work. I would like to clear you that all the hospitals, all the OPDs, all the emergencies are open. It is run by our senior doctors, our professors, our consultants, our junior consultants. And only resident doctors are part of this protest and strike. Basically, protest is done by the senior doctors also, but the OPD and emergency services are run by senior doctors and junior doctors also. We have not stopped any emergency services, any OPD services. It is already managed by, no patient is suffering from this. I can say that if a patient is going to some OPD, he had to wait for 10 minutes earlier. Now he has to wait for 20 minutes. This much problem is getting faced by every public of our India and public of our Kolkata and West Bengal. So firstly, I request Supreme Court, we respect them, I request them. First of all, Supreme Court has direct the West Bengal government to suspend the commissioner of the police. And after suspending the commissioner of the police, all the members, all the police officials who were there at the 14th night, who didn't take any action against the goons that entered the campus of the Article Medical College, the females were so afraid at that time. They entered their hostels and they were about ki they will not be saved that day, they will be killed by those goons. And the police were just standing there and they were requesting the doctors, male doctors, to help them. You just see, it was around 2 hours drama that was done by the goons. Why the police was not there? Why the police commissioner is not held accountable till now? Why the principal of the Article Medical College, Sandeep Ghosh, has not been suspended till now by the Mamata government? The Mamata government, the Chief Minister Mamata is the Health Minister, the Home Minister, and the Chief Minister of the West Bengal. Despite that, she is protesting. How much hypocrisy is that? The man, the female, the CM, that is the responsible for all these acts, all these, she should take the responsibility and she should resign from her post if she can't manage the law and order situation in her state. Despite this incident happened after these 6 days or 7 days, the 14th August night, this goes entered the Article Medical College. What happened to them? Who called them to enter into? They were the local party gundas actually. And the Supreme Court should direct the West Bengal government to take action against all these things. And Supreme Court is requesting the doctor to get back to the job. First of all, we respect the Supreme Court decision, but this fight, we can't stop this fight. ये फाइट जब तक जारी रहेगी, जब तक अभया के कातिलों को सजा नहीं होती है, और हमारी फाइट जब तक चलती रहेगी, और हम पीछे हटने वाले नहीं है। अगर सुप्रीम कोर्ट हमें बोलते हैं तो हम अपना मास रेजिग्नेशन ऑल ओवर इंडिया के डॉक्टर्स देने को तैयार हैं, लेकिन हमने अपनी व्यवस्था, स्वास्थ्य व्यवस्था को हमने बिल्कुल बनाए रखा है, हर पेशेंट्स का ध्यान रखा है, हर एक इमरजेंसी पेशेंट को अच्छे से कैटर किया है। लेकिन इन सब के बावजूद अगर हमें स्ट्राइक फॉलो अप करने की डायरेक्शन दी जाती है तो हम पीछे नहीं हटने वाले हैं। हम कंटेम्प्ट ऑफ कोर्ट के लिए भी तैयार हैं। हम सारे डॉक्टर्स, इंडिया के लाखों डॉक्टर्स रिजाइन देने को तैयार, हम अपनी सर्विसेज छोड़ना चाह रहे हैं। अगर इतना ही आप हमारे लिए नहीं कर सकते, इफ यू कांट डू एनीथिंग फॉर अस, then please don't direct us. This is our say, and our fight will continue till last, till the justice is not served, and till that point no arrest has been done by the CBI. What the CBI is doing this time, till this time actually.
Okay, Dr. Anmol Bagaria also with us. Dr. Anmol Bagaria, I'd like to understand from you, do you agree with what the previous panelists had to say, that this is the only way now left for the doctors to make sure that their demands are heard?
Yes, absolutely. I support all the statements said by my colleagues, because here we are in a situation where our profession is not being respected at various points. It is not just this incidents. There are multiple incidents happened in the past, and the strict actions were not taken. That is the that is the reason these things are happening. And it is not just this incident. This was a very terrific incident which happened with one of our colleagues. But there are multiple incidents happening every day. Some of the other doctors in our fraternity are molested, are harassed, or are beaten up by the patient's relatives or family members. So somewhere or the other, all these things are happening with our colleagues. And it is very sad that the government who takes steps in very small things, and here a major fraternity, the backbone. I can tell during the COVID, we were only present and we were only working for the country. And here we are in a situation where we don't have any rules, specific rules made for us, no protection, no guidelines, only minor rules are made always to just highlight the situation that time. And once the situation is the situation is solved, and again the government is same on the same tangent. So we need something to be done for our colleagues, so that the person who has suffered gets justice, and such thing never happens in the history.
Okay, Dr. Asim Mehti, bringing you into the conversation. Dr. Asim Mehti, I want to understand from you, like I said, how does one then resolve this matter with the doctors? Is it at some point in time legitimate to say that perhaps the doctors may have to reach some sort of a compromise as far as the demands are concerned, because most of the demands are pertaining to taking action against the culprits, and those that the doctors feel are involved. However, there are legal processes, due processes that have to be followed before even the courts can take any sort of action, be it against the culprit of the brutal rape and murder case, or even against those who have hindered the investigation. But due process will have to be followed. So while the courts are trying to follow that due process, what is it, Mr. Mehti, that can be done to somewhere perhaps assuage the fears of the doctors?
Listen, I'm just briefing the total, because right from the beginning, you are giving thanks for giving me opportunity to tell something in your channel. I'd like to render my experience directly visiting the Arjikor Medical College, because I several right from the beginning of this incident, I am with the touch with the hospital Arjikor Medical College. Actually, right from the beginning, there is a lot of defects at the beginning, because the Chief Minister of West Bengal, as you know, Mamata Banerjee, is not only the Chief Minister but also the Health Minister and the Home Minister and the Police Minister. When the incidents took place in the late night, right from the beginning, the DC North was on the first spot, and also the local OC of the Tala Thana was they were supposed to present at the site, but they just reached at 8 o'clock in the morning. And after reaching that, they have not informed the parents. And right from the beginning, there are a lot of defects in and lack of communication. Not only that, the Mr. B.D. Goyal, who is the police commissioner, who is the main right hand and left hand of our Chief Minister of West Bengal, the message is not conveyed. And I don't know. Yesterday's hearing was a very worthless hearing from our side, from the doctor's side. I don't know why our advocates didn't argue the total. The CBI has been appointed 4 to 5 days later after destroying all the evidence and witnesses from at the site. And our main aim and motto was to detect the criminals and to give exemplary punishment. That was our main motto. And main actually our हम लोग का जो ये था दावी था जो क्राइम किया है वो लोग को कंसंट्रेट करना. तो जो संदीप घोष तो ex principal of the Arjikar Medical College, he is the main culprit. He worked with other 51 doctors, those who have detected today only, and they have been instructed not to enter inside the Arjikar Medical College. But nothing was expressed yesterday, and it has been wrongly informed that the health situations here in West Bengal has been smashed, and as a result of that, 20 patients already died without any treatment. This is wrong. As the previous speaker rightly said that all the senior doctors, including some internists and also some protesters also, are in work. All the outdoor, indoor, and all the intensive care unit are going on. But it has been misconveyed to the division bench of our Supreme Court. So there is no positive response, and our Chief Minister, Mr. Mamata Banerjee, he was very much casual. I repeatedly asked her to meet directly the junior doctors. She never came to the spot to Arjikar. I don't know why she had not meet with for the compromise or some settlement with the doctors sitting in a because till date the junior doctors have not protested with a weapon or lathis or something. That's peaceful rally. Yes, as you know, to the peaceful rally to the commissioner, police commissioner. I don't know the police commissioner, Mr. Bineet Goyal, and the DC North and DC Central. They have narrated the presented this case very wrongly and with a cock and bull story. Right from the beginning of the incidents, on the day of the incident, they washed out and they destroyed all the evidence and witnesses necessary for PM, and they had not followed any norms of post-mortem. And not only that, they have not supplied the challan. Also, the seizure list was very incomplete. So these are disgusting. So from the point of junior doctors, that they instead of any sympathy towards the junior doctors, we are feeling very unsafe, and the safety and security has not yet ensured in any hospital. Even in the Arjikar Medical College, the CISF Jawans are very they have been suffered very much. The authority of the hospitals and including the Kolkata police and the West Bengal government is not behaving with them, not helping them properly. They are not providing any place to rest and for their drinking water, and also they have made the difficulty to ये जो यहाँ रहना वो लोग का बहुत इवन पानी भी नहीं मिल रहा, रहने का जगह नहीं है, सोने का जगह नहीं है, पूरा इनकोऑपरेशन कर रहा है. तो एज ए रिजल्ट ऑफ दैट हम लोग का जूनियर डॉक्टर आज जो प्रोटेस्ट किया है 5 दफा 5 बजे जो हम लोग का 24 घंटा अल्टीमेटम दिया. दिस इज वेरी अनफॉर्चुनेट. दिस इज नॉट एक्सपेक्टेड फ्रॉम द डिवीजन बेंच ऑफ सुप्रीम कोर्ट. कीपिंग ऑन रेस्पेक्ट ऑफ द सुप्रीम कोर्ट जजेस, Mr. Chandrachud and the others, we have been astonished with all the doctors we have settled and we have been shocked. ऐसा ये कैसे आता है 24 घंटा का मतलब without any security and safety in the hospitals. Still, Arjikar is started with the CISF Jawans and Jawans. They are becoming sick. They are becoming dehydrated, not getting water, not getting shelter for their foods and drinks also. So total incooperation from side. And not only that, our Chief Minister of West Bengal, Srimati Mamata Banerjee, being the Health Minister, being the Police Minister, she is handling the police. and taking the opportunity of a weakness that that Chandrachud has asked the CM जे सारे जूनियर डॉक्टर लोग को ज्वाइन करना होगा टुडे 5 बजे तक, नहीं तो कोई भी स्टेप सीएम ले सकता है. दिस इज वेरी अनफॉर्चुनेट एंड वेरी देयर इज नो सिंपैथी behind there is no ground also keeping on respect of the Supreme Court law.
Okay, all right. I want to bring in Dr. Arindam Biswas of the conversation as well. Dr. Biswas, you've also heard your fellow doctors. What are your thoughts on the manner in which the protests now continue? As I've said, the doctors justified in their demands, but everything does take some time. There is a due procedure that has to be followed. Hundreds of doctors continue to now be on the streets, be out on the streets. Do you see, or what gesture do you expect the state government or the judiciary to now perhaps take as a measure which might assuage the fears of the doctors? Because ultimately it boils down to this, right? That most of the doctors are perhaps feeling that their demands will not be met, that if they stop protesting, the case is going to go nowhere. What is it that can be done to instill some sort of faith in the procedures and processes?
A very good evening to you and rest of the panelists and also the viewers. Thanks for giving me an opportunity to speak on. Now, it's very clear. It's a battle of nerves going on between the government and the junior doctors. They have a plethora of demands. They have placed the demands before the government, and the government must act. We do not want the government to be perfunctory. At the same time, the junior doctors have to come down from their position. At times when you have to start initiating a dialogue, you have to sacrifice few of the demands. It's high time our Chief Minister, who is also our Health Minister, must invite the doctors or a team of doctors from RGK Medical College to meet and to have a meaningful dialogue so that they can bail out the situation, bail out the crisis, and number two, they can at least have an amicable solution. We all are vying for an amicable solution. Every doctor in Calcutta and doctors outside were supporting the movement. They want an amicable solution. Doctors cannot stay outside the hospital and they cannot be off work for a long time. They have to go back. They have their curriculum. They have to fulfill their academic criteria. They too have their own problems. They are also losing. It's not the common patients. It's not about the patients. Also the academic criteria, the curriculum they follow, that is also taking a back seat. That we have to take into account. We just can't be casual. We have to be punctilious in your approach. We have to be serious, and we have to end this impasse and stalemate. We just can't be desultory in our approach. What we find an intransigence from doctors, we find perfunctory attitude from the government. It's high time Madam Mamata Banerjee, who is our Honorable Chief Minister, to invite the doctors and discuss threadbare what exactly is the problem, what do you want, and how this can be solved. The matter cannot be solved overnight. There will be some time before the problems gets into shape and the problem can be solved. It's not so easy to solve the problems overnight. Yes, security can be beefed up, but again, I'm telling you, it's not possible to improve security in all the hospitals within a very short span of time. It will take time, but in RGK, since a pathetic incident took place, a grisly incident took place, we have to give proper security measure to the doctors working in RGK Medical College. Then we can think about the rest of the medical college in time to time. It's not possible. It's a practical. Let's be pragmatic. Let's be practical. Let us not dream that the problem in India can be solved in a day. Well, the government, I believe, now not only the court, we cannot attack the court. There was a scurrilous campaign against the CGI. We have seen on the social media. This should not happen. We have to respect and regard the court because there could be a legal ramification. That we have to understand. It's about Supreme Court of India, and that is working within the constitutional guidelines of India. That also we have to think. one can be bemused, one can be saddened, one can be disillusioned, but Supreme Court always says something on the basis of Constitution. And number two, in 1992 All India Institute case, doctors went on strike for 1.5 months. Supreme Court took strong exception and they issued some strictures. Now, if they pick up, I do not want any snafu in this. There should be an amicable solution. I believe the judges will understand the precarity of the situation in Bengal. Then only they will be able to deliver proper order. Supreme Court cannot deliver a justice at this point of time because rape and murder will always be tried in a lower court. So that Supreme Court remains an appellate court. Since there is a suo motu cognizance taken by the Supreme Court will assess the performance of the CBI, how much they have done, what good they have done so far. So this is time ticking. This will take some time, but I believe junior doctors will come down from their position, Chief Minister will come down, and both of them will meet. Only after a meaningful dialogue this problem can be solved. Let us keep the court apart. Let the government do something. Government cannot be soporific. Government cannot be sleepy. We want government to act, and the government must talk to the junior doctors and try to bail out the snafu, bail out the crisis. This is my demand. This is the only way we can get a quick solution.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.